Greetings and a very warm welcome to Kashmir University's weekly video magazine Quest. This week's Quest highlights: Dr. Irfan Rashid wins Young Scientist Award. Department of Education organizes 7-day workshop on micro-teaching. HRDC holds valedictory function of various courses. And Department of Linguistics holds first alumni meet. I'm your host Muhammad Fahimul Islam with the details. Dr. Irfan Rashid, Assistant Professor in the Department of Earth Sciences, won the Indian National Science Academy Medal for Young Scientist. Popularly known as INSA, it's a body of Indian scientists founded in 1935 for promotion of scientific knowledge. One of its activities is to encourage and motivate young talent in Indian science. For this, INSA awards the Young Scientist Medal each year. Interacting with the Quest team, the faculty member from the Department of Earth Sciences said that it is a competitive award given to Indian scientists below the age of 35 years in recognition of promise, creativity, and excellence in science and mathematics.
INSA is the highest scientific body which looks at the quantum of research, or which gauges the quantum of research that is being done at the country level, at the India level. And this award, this INSA Young Scientist Award, was formulated actually in 1974 along with Kothari, basically Research Institute, and then since 1981 INSA completely took it over, and they have been distributing this award each year to 30 basically people who have done commendably well in different branches of science and technology. There are 10 sectional committees under this INSA Young Scientist Fellowship, and I was awarded for Earth and planetary sciences section.
Dr. Irfan said that he was awarded for his research on changing climate and another anthropogenic forces on glacier dynamics and hazards.
So I have been working at the University of Kashmir since 2012, and I am primarily basically working on glaciers, the alpine glaciers that we have in the state of Jammu and Kashmir, but I am also working on the lakes and wetlands that we have, and I am trying to link changes in the wetlands, changes in the alpine landscapes including glaciers, because Jammu and Kashmir is faced with rising temperatures. If you look at historical climate data, we have statistically significant increasing temperature trends over the entire state of Jammu and Kashmir. So I am trying to see what is the impact of climate change on these ecosystems like lakes, wetlands, glaciers that we have. And it is because of these lakes and wetlands, or it is because of these glaciers, which are headwaters of the waters that we are very proud of, which form backbone of the economy. So I thought I should apply in Earth and Planetary Sciences sectional committee, and I am grateful to Professor Talat Ahmed that he nominated me.
Dr. Irfan said that his students not only help him with data but also come up with significant things during discussions.
I am doing, but it is not actually only me who is doing the research. My hands or my arms are actually students who are sitting day in and out in the labs. So I am researching since last 6 years at my own individual level, but there is a big team behind the screen basically who also deserve a mention, because I have a lot of PhD students and then master's students as well who pursue research in different fields of earth and environmental sciences. Basically we look at Jammu and Kashmir, or various ecosystems, pristine ecosystems of Jammu and Kashmir from the Earth observation data, and I have basically those students, a good committed team of students at my back who help me to generate data, and then we discuss what needs to be done further to synthesize that data into a real publication which will be of use to the society.
He said that it was a moment of joy to be the first person from the University of Kashmir to have received this award.
I think for any young scientist, INSA is the highest scientific body at the national level, and getting recognition of your scientific research by the highest body at the country level is very, very important for any young scientist. So for me, it was the happiest moment in the sense that it is for the first time that this medal was given to a young scientist from University of Kashmir. Although this year we have two people from Kashmir. The other is working somewhere in US, doing postdoc in US, who has also got this award in the field of biological sciences. But yes, it is for the first time in the history of Kashmir University that somebody has got this INSA medal for the young scientist.
A 7-day workshop on micro-teaching commenced in the University of Kashmir. the Department of Education is organizing this week-long workshop. Dean School of Education and Behavioral Science Professor Muhammad Iqbal Mattu, who is also the head of Education Department, said that the quality of a nation is judged on the basis of their citizens.
It is an admitted fact that the quality of a nation is judged by the quality of its citizens. The latter are mostly determined by the educational system in the nation, which in turn is decided by what type of teacher it has. The quality of these teachers depend upon the soundness of the teacher education program. The Education Commission 1964 and 66 has stressed investment in teacher education can yield very rich dividends because the financial resources required are small when measured against the resulting improvement in the education of millions. First-rate teacher training institutions can thus play a crucial role in the development of education. Looking into the reports of various education commissions in the post-independence period, it is clearly evident that the program of teacher education requires closer scrutiny and improvement. The educationists and administrators have expressed dissatisfaction regarding the present teacher education program and recommended measures for its professional improvement.
Noted academician Professor A.G. Madhosh, while comparing the coaching centers with government schools, said that in case of the former, a focused technique is used to teach students without developing skills of the students.
Because they go with schedules of payments and this is the package, and this package I sell for 40,000, and you are the person who purchases it. For 40,000 you get a package, and that package is wonderful. It works wonderfully with you. Whether you are in different types of administrative services, KS, IS, वगैरह, or you are in a full-fledged degree course, working for masters, working for BA honors or BA, working for matriculation, whatever, you get a package. They are not bothered about the skill as such. And we find most of the teachers who are failing government structure are failing only because they are not qualitatively better. Not because they can't remember better. They remember better, but they forget things along with the students in the stream and in the process.
He told the participants that one of the best things in micro-teaching is to see the immediate feedback from students.
आपको ये देखना है कि स्किल इज इन ऑपरेशन और नॉट, क्योंकि सबसे बड़ी खूबसूरत बात जो है माइक्रो टीचिंग के लिए, दैट इज़ ए वेरी इमीडिएट फीडबैक. और जो इमीडिएट फीडबैक इसका आ रहा है, उससे मुझ में तो एक बहुत ही तसल्ली होती है और उसमें एक सलाह भी बनती है. आई एम कम्प्लीटली ट्रांसफॉर्म्ड और रिफॉर्म. वो जो ये साइकिलिक पीरियड उसने दे दिया, उसका एक साइकिल में जाता है. आप प्लान करते हो, टीच करते हो, रीटीच करते हो, फीडबैक आता है, वो रिपल, ये सब ये क्या है? ये सिर्फ इतना ही नहीं कि इसके वो 3 फेजेस कवर्ड होते हैं, हो जाते हैं, इतना ही नहीं, बल्कि ये दैट यू सी इन प्रैक्टिस दैट आई एज ए टीचर आई एम एबल टू मेक यूज ऑफ दिस काइंड ऑफ स्किल. पास देना कितना अच्छा लगता है. जो टीचर बहुत काबिल होते हैं, बेचारे इंट्यूटिवली दे डोंट हैव एनी अंडरस्टैंडिंग और ट्रेनिंग, इंट्यूटिवली दे डू सच थिंग्स, such even gestures.
Dean College Development Council Professor Mayuddin Sangmi stressed on the need of teaching process, adding that the teaching is a craft which needs communication skills.
And how to teach का मतलब पढ़ाओ मत इनको, सिखाओ इनको. So that way teaching is a process. It is not a science. We are creating it as a science by theorizing it, telling a lot of stories about it and asking you to remember that, making it as a science or a body of knowledge you refer to. But it's a craft. The craft is what Professor said. How you are connected to a student. Then later stage of my life, I realized that if I want to communicate what I have, If I want to teach and the student should get, there is a communicator, sender and receiver. It should, from the sender, it should go in that tune, in that magnitude, in that volume, in that value, and the receiver takes it in the same. If there is a, which we call semantic barriers or other types of barriers, then there is a miscommunication or discommunication. And it doesn't really, what you refer to as modification of behavior cannot take place in such probably what is the objective of the education.
Saying that a teacher leaves lasting impression on the young minds, Director, Educational Multimedia Research Center, Dr. Shahid Rasool said that the role of a teacher is important in shaping the future of any society or a country.
The teacher makes you, he makes your future, he makes your career, and he leaves an impression on your young mind. And most of us have spent the best time of our life with our teachers. You go home, you eat food, you play, and you sleep. But when you are awake and when you are receptive, you are not with your parents, you are with your teachers. So the role of a teacher is very important in shaping the future of any country, of any society, of any place. We can never undermine the role of a teacher. Now coming to the teaching as a profession, as Professor Sanghvi Saab was saying that he never wanted to become a teacher. And most of us accidentally become teachers. But then probably he qualified it immediately that God has chosen him for this job. So God has chosen us for the noble profession of teaching. So we have to value and respect the will of Almighty, who has given us this opportunity of going and teaching and shaping the future of our society. You know, two things are very important. One is the domain knowledge and one is the skill. It's very important that I should have a very strong domain knowledge. And then I should have a skill to transform that domain into my students. Both these things are very important.
The university's Human Resource Development Center, or HRDC, organized valedictory function and certificate distribution for participants of General Orientation course. Vice Chancellor, Islamic University of Science and Technology, Professor Mushtaq Ahmed Siddiqui was the chief guest on the occasion, while Vice Chancellor of the University of Kashmir, Professor Talat Ahmed, presided over the session. Advising participants to know at least something from every subject, Vice Chancellor Professor Talat Ahmed urged newly recruited assistant professors to take up that research which benefits society.
I am a geologist by profession, and whenever I go to field, I try to go with some people from other specialization so that I learn something from them. So that otherwise what happens is specialization is good, but to have the total picture and which is more closer to the truth, you have to have a very broad-based approach and also multidisciplinary approach. Because of that, now many of the things in the society, scientists can suggest something, but the communication can be done much better by the social scientists, for example. So forming a team of scientists and social scientists and people from culture and arts is going to be the solution for the society. Okay? Because ultimately, why we are running these universities is to the benefit should come to the society, and we should also understand the society. Means we should not be doing only theoretical work, but also to see how our research or how our teacher is going to benefit the society. Okay.
Director HRDC Professor Shabir Ahmed Bhatt opined that a shift was being witnessed in science and technology, and those societies which do not pace up with it will be left behind.
We are witnessing an incredible shift in science and technology. And if we really want to stay competitive, there is a need to re-evaluate our education system. And there is a need to re-evaluate and to re-examine our understanding of intelligence and reinvigorate our commitment to the learning. We know that there has been several developments in almost across the spectrum, and so far as higher education is concerned, higher education too witnessed a lot of growth. But it is strongly, I would say, and I think genuinely argued, that when it comes to preparing the students with someone has used the word critical competencies and abilities so that they are able to thrive in a global economy, there is still a lot that we need to do. Perhaps we also prepare them, our efforts to prepare them routinely for jobs without preparing them for major challenge.
Vice Chancellor, Islamic University of Science and Technology, Professor Mushtaq stated that living in a less resourceful place did not mean that one could not think of ways to use technology for the betterment of society, adding that teachers needed to mentor students.
In every society, not 100% people can be mentored. So you should mentor very few. It's an investment. Whatever efforts you put in, it's an investment into them. So therefore, I think you are mature enough, you are wiser enough, you are intelligent enough to identify them in a class and mentor them. Change in the technologies, we need to change ourselves too. So that should be beneficiary, that should be a win-win situation for all. I mean, it should be a win-win situation for a teacher, and it should be a win-win situation for a student. But otherwise, depriving the students of such benefits of big technologies that are coming up will be, not in tune with what we are supposed to do.
Earlier, Coordinator HRDC Dr. Muhammad Ishaq Gir presented reportage of the General Orientation course.
The participants belong to diverse streams of sciences, social sciences, education, arts and humanities, commerce and management, law, and during this particular course, major thrust was laid upon basic modalities of teaching and learning process and training the teachers in innovative teaching pedagogies, research methodology, academic paper and project writing. This course was like a bouquet of flowers with flowers of different colors, different hues and different fragrances.
The Department of Linguistics held its first alumni meet at the conference hall of the Humanities Building. Head Department of Linguistics Professor Ejaz Muhammad Sheikh presented a brief profile of the department's achievements over the years.
Being the only department of its kind in the state of Jammu and Kashmir, the department has accepted the mandate and the moral responsibility to carry out teaching and research activities on local languages, thereby serving the state and its people in best possible way. With regard to the rich linguistic profile of Jammu and Kashmir state, the department has initiated language documentation of endangered and lesser-known languages spoken by small groups of people in far-flung areas of the state on an individual level, as well as in association with the reputed institutions like Central Institute of Indian Languages, Mysore, and Language Division, Census of India, Kolkata.
Registrar Dr. Nisar Ahmed Mir said that it's a pleasure to see the alma mater of the university occupying seats in every field.
In Western Europe, if you see the universities, they are run, rather their corpus fund, if you see their corpus fund, that is based on the donations given by the alumnus of that institution. So if we don't want to have such a contribution, but we definitely want to have a we feeling at the university level. Because when we produce human resource from this university, they are established, they get established in different departments. Rather, if you see at present, whenever you visit Secretariat or you visit the High Court or you visit anywhere in the state, particularly in our state, you will see the people at, because now earlier they were mostly from the Aligarh University. Now mostly Aligarh University has been replaced by the pass out to Sub Kashmir University.
Vice Chancellor Professor Talat Ahmed reminded everyone that the University of Kashmir has produced many alumni who have become Vice Chancellors in many universities across India.
This university is very old, and we have lots of very famous and people in good positions who came as alumni. Many of them were vice chancellors and not chief justice, but justices and IAS and IPS and KS and things like that. But it will be, see, they are all famous people, and big people will have less time. It is always good for the university to have more vibrant young alumni, active, in terms of the growth of the university, and also to know what is happening in the university.
Later, some pass-outs of the department also spoke on the occasion. That's all we have for you in today's episode. Log on to our website emmrckashmir.com, where you can check the latest episode of Quest. You can also watch it on our YouTube channel, KU Television. As always, you can send us your valuable suggestions at our email address quest@emmrckashmir.com. I leave you here with this week's thought. The vanquished have a longer memory.